Okay, yesterday is the Lunar Chinese Valentine's Day, and I just want to, by this time, to just congratulations as well, or just to welcome so many people to just admire the CN anchors as well, or just to bless, or just to pray for Taiwan media as well. All the benediction can just be done under this festival. That is very marvelous. And today is a very special beginning. I just want to talk about after anti-huge recall. Although I just supported the anti-huge recall, but actually I am on the basic point that I want to just lay the seats in the legislative end. The two parties, especially the ruling party and the opposite party, not just to have a very far difference. So distance or difference. So that is very important. And to speak it frankly, the Kuomintang legislators still have its own whatever the capability, ability, or just the authority they have, or just some experience they have, or some just the social skills they have. So if by this chance, these legislators can come back to the legislative end, I think that will just be very helpful to the government. So that is why I just supported the anti-huge recall. So, but actually, the reason why the huge recall occurred is because the revolution of law from the Kuomintang, the President Han. So, actually, the revolution of the law ever just judged by so many other legislators, or just some judge to see it as a not very formal and a little bit exaggerated revolution of law. So they feel that it's not appropriate, and that is some kind of just constitutional. So, and by this period of time, here are some civil team that is just won the very high authority, and so many precious opinions and aspects. So that is just why the huge recall occurred. So we have to ponder, although we support the Kuomintang to anti the huge recall, but return back, we as we just offer the help and the favor to the Kuomintang party for the anti-huge recall. So we still have to make it back. So after this kind of politeness, I hope just the Kuomintang can just give back some very courtesy feedback to the ruling party. That is very important. So that is why I just talk about this to all the people in front of the screen. So when I talk about the DPP, the Democratic Progress Party, it is created in the 1986. That is a moment time when Taiwan is experienced the martial law, and they ever encounter the party ban. That means the activities for party is banned by the government. So in the beginning, the Democratic Progress Party may encounter so many difficulties to just create this, to establish the party. That is very hard, because in that moment time, the government is controlled by the John family seriously, and their concept and some thought is just very stubborn and not very open and liberal. So that is lead so many scholars have to bow and compel themselves to be used by the government, whatever the government want to do. That is very seriously. And actually, when we talk about a dictatorship, those time, the two John government, that is really so dictator. So in that moment time, the DPP, the Democratic Progress Party, just still insist on their opinion, and here are so many challenges and difficulties and disastrous events all occurred on themselves. They also passing through the very famous event that is a beautiful island event. So many politicians in the DPP all just are arrested into the jail. So just because they don't want to obey, those time the government is very just old school and very stubborn and just very crucial and just very unliberal concept and just opinion. So that is very serious. So and actually, although the Democratic Progress Party only just 39 years old, but this is the first party in Taiwan, in Taiwan's environment, when the whole island is controlled by the government called the Two John family. So that is very important. In that moment time, we occurred a party that is just don't be afraid of the just high pressure from the Two John government. So that is very bravery. That is very bravery. Okay, so that is what I just want to bring to you all. You have to understand this. The DPP is not a party that is very just unprepared or just too created too soon. On the contrary, they are very meticulous and they are very prudent, and they are very concentrated on what Taiwan needs. They even claim the four perhaps. One, if the Kuomintang is one side, only one slight side to have a negotiation with the communist China. Or two, the Kuomintang sold out the Taiwan people's profits and interest over just their power to live in Taiwan Island. Okay, and three, if if the Kuomintang ignore the Taiwan people's willingness to do any possible things to just destroy the true meaning on the democratic in Taiwan, and 4, to let the communist China unify Taiwan, then the Democratic Progress Party will just claim that Taiwan will just go to the way and the road of the independence. So they are very insist on Taiwan Island should just protect ourselves, and we should have our own area that is just we can just live our warm environment prosperously, and with all the things that is so beautiful and meritorious, just like the integrity, fraternity, or just righteousness, or just piety to your faith on the politics, or your patriot. So actually the DPP is a party that is just not only suitable for the later time. Taiwan is transformed to the period of time that we will depart from the two John period, two John government. As you know the history, after the Jiangjing War, the president's power is just transferred to the President Li Denghui. So we discover finally the two John government will be ended. So that is explained. One thing is that finally the government should just give out the authority and the right to the citizen of the Taiwan. So if we don't care about the real meaning on the renting, so we will not understand and know about where we can just accommodate our just residents very safely and how to live our life. So that is very important, and especially in the DPP Democratic Progress Party, here are several reasons. Reason is very important. One is progressivism. Two is the liberalism. And 3 is the green politics. And 4 is the anti-communist. And 5 is the nationalism. And 6 is the nativism. So the 6 isms form the DPP party to be a very, very important party, which is in order to form and just compel themselves to exert the government mechanic to just tour the country must be progressive, and we have to warn the liberty not only speaking, writing, or expressing. We can just don't be afraid of the high pressure from the government, especially the old Kuomintang period of time, the era they ever experienced, to just do the high pressure to all the people in Taiwan. So and the green politics is very important. That is the environment protected project. So we seek for the green policy, green politics. So and anti-communist is because we are a country that is just belong to the democratic system. So our country is just ruled under the Democratic Party. So we are different from the continental China. So we have to know our system of our country. That is very important. That is why we can always elect our just not only mayor but also the president. And anti-communist is led us to know about the difference from the democratic and the communist. We have to separate and tell it out. What is the difference among these two sides? And we can just realize, we can select, we can just listen, we can just choose, we cannot just select, we can just seek for, we can just make the decision and just to make the choices. What we need and what we require, what we expect, what we seek for, what we just eager for, and to select and elect the appropriate exactly one candidate we just love and we just have the fondness to. So that is why the true meaning in the democratic politics system. So that is what I want to talk about in today. And nationalism is just we the Democratic Progress Party we just have our own characteristic of the race. We have maintained our culture, our history, our personality, and our attribution why we to become the Taiwan race, Taiwan people. The nationalism is very important. We have come out and stand out for our right authority to live our own and protect, maintain our characteristic on our culture and our history. That is very important. And what is nativism? Nativist is just we have to protect what we want. We have on the definition we call country and our region, people's meaningfulness, and the destination is to not only protect but resist on maintaining and preserve and reserve our very important characteristic and to fight for our authority and right. And in all the definition I told about, besides we have to do all the things that are under the integrity and the fraternity and the meaningfulness and the righteousness, to make all the things under the reasonable and logical way. That is very important. All we need is not to do something that is just too exaggerated. All we want under the DPP's thought or the idea is just one people can just live in the island to just live a life that is just not only all the things logical, reasonable, but also include integrity, fraternity, patriot, the piety to your country, your faith, or just the righteousness, or just the very important is you have the very good meritoriousness to have the merit. Okay, so that is very interesting. So today, what I want to talk about is just want you know that Democratic Progress Party is the party that is born out the period of time when Taiwan is in the martial law and there was having the party ban and they ever experienced the beautiful island event. They ever just suffer by the very high pressure from the two John government. That is very horrible and it's seriously crucial. So that is why the DPP created out. So you have to know about this. Taiwan history is very interesting. We are not like the United States. We are not like the British. So we ever experience is the very long-term reigning period of time by the government. Is not just elected by all the people, and actually we ever experience very high pressure the government ever has. So another one, the four perhaps still just includes if the Kuomintang don't just obey the democratic constitution. Okay, the four perhaps, not only those I told, but still include one. Just if the Kuomintang don't obey the democratic constitutional politics, then the Democratic Progress Party will just claim to independence. Will claim the independence. So all the things DPP want to do is protect the Taiwan people to just stay toward the road or way is just the progress and the prosperous, and we can just have our own countries under not only safety but also the advanced technology, but also the economic prosperity. So that is very important about us. So that is why I always exert this thing to talk about so many abundant content to all your people. So okay, yesterday, the former legislator of the Kuomintang, her name is Zheng Li-wen. He's the Mrs. Zheng. He just attended a program and just expressed her opinion. She said that the chaotic original point is the United States of America, and because the United States of America is the chaotic original point, make all the world so just in a messy. So in this kind of environment, how the Taiwan can go, and how the Taiwan can under shelter. So that is really so implied. The United States of America is not just like her saying. So I just want to alert the former legislator Zheng Li-wen, please close your mouth and stop to talk about this. American is not a country like you say you told. You totally just wrong. And please notice your mouth and the words. That is why we always think about the Kuomintang is a very old school and the wrong party to Taiwan. If you want to come out to participate this election of the Kuomintang party's president, you have to notice your words. Stop saying that the United States of America is a very important country in the whole world. And the United States of America has already done so abundant and tremendous affairs to just help the order of the whole world. If without the United States of Americans, so many things and the country were just trapped into the very serious hell. So please just notice your words. Okay, this today I want to share in this morning. I think I can just speak some Chinese Mandarin, so people can just understand what I'm talking about to the all Taiwan people. Just please wait. Hi, hello everyone. 好，我现在要讲的是台湾国语。好，所以我等一下讲。我会讲清楚一点，因为国语，台湾国语，一个字一个字一个字，如果讲太快，就会就是呼噜噜呼噜噜，就会有点不太清楚。那有些人想要听中文，那我讲清楚一点。今天特别录这则影片呢，主要是希望大家可以理解，那为什么我支持反罢免？因为我仍然相信。立院的席次如果可以趋近于执政在野平衡的话，那我们仍旧可以让台湾走在一个全民组合的环境下去决定我们的未来，你懂吗？我必须要讲的是2024年的总统大选，那票数的情况让我们发现民众党真的很有实力，然后但是最后还是由民进党获胜嘛。那国民党仍旧有400万票，所以2024年的选举让我们发现，如果立院的组成如果失去平衡，就会让民意有一些落差。但是我们必须要了解的一点是，民众党的主席柯文哲先生，他已经违法了，他犯了很严重的罪，现在仍然无法得到就是司法上面的就是原谅跟一些释放这样子，司法仍旧判定柯文哲有罪。所以民众党面临的是一场非常严重的司法现实。那我们发现民众党其实它是这样子的一个党之后，那其实300万票的民众党的票数很快就被分散掉。所以到了2028年，又是民进党跟国民党之间的总统角逐，那可能又会回到蔡英文时期500万跟800万票的状况。那500万跟800万票的状况如果又重复回来的话，那民进党仍然是第一高票。所以我们必须要理解的是，原本在2024年的票数状况已经因为柯文哲这个党主席，他这个创党人物，他的司法上的被判刑跟惩处，我们发现民众党要开始慢慢的去接受民意的挑战这样子。所以到了2028年整个票仓可能又会回到2020年当时蔡英文总统的800万票跟500万票。所以如果是这样的话，那其实民进党仍然握有很多的民意，仍然握有很高的民意。所以 罢免的成因是因为法案改革。那法案改革当初被提出来罢免的时候，是说这一套改革法案有一点荒腔走板，不太合理，也不太正式。他们的产出已经不正式了，内容也不是非常的让很多民进党的一些专家学者认可。那于是也有加上民团，这个民团是非常有一些背景的，它不是普通的民团，是有背景的民团，所以罢免才会被被提出来啦。那被提出来之后，所以刚开始的时候，国民党的立委很快就被刷掉了。那一直因为国民党的主席朱立伦一直在那边呼喊，非常的嘶吼，非常的激昂，非常的愤慨，然后很冲动，也很激动，很煽情，也很煽动的要抗恶霸。那因为这段时间历经了几乎要1年的时间，那我们看到整个过程，那国民党在求救，然后所以于是我们这些人像我一样的人，我们觉得或许我们应该要去思考一个问题。那如果说我们可以让这场罢免，让国民党回到立院，去换得执政与在野的互相对话、和谐跟协议和合作的话，那可能会是一场美谈。如果我们送立法这些被罢免的立委回立院，而最后国民党还是非常的乖张的话，那我们希望在2026年让执政党重返他们应该要做的正事，就是我希望2026年大家可以用选票来决定，民进党仍然是一个可以相信的党。我们会让罢免失败，让国民党立委回立法院，是因为希望他们能做事，能跟执政党互相合作协议，而不是让他们继续乖张，让他们继续就是用一个非常愤怒跟不合理的态度去对抗执政党。那如果说国民党仍然没有去思考反省他们自己的想法跟作为的话，我希望2026年大家可以让台湾可以恢复我们依旧往日的光荣。在蔡英文时期的8年，台湾历经非常多重要的事件。那蔡英文总统真的把台湾治理得很好，他不但治理得很好，我们的抗疫有成，他还得过国际的奖。当时的台湾是非常有名的，连川普总统都赞美过。川普总统曾经有赞美过台湾，当时的台湾，他那时候就来台湾啊，还记得吗？那时候就来台湾啊，没有什么美国总统会来台湾的。在蔡英文时期，川普就来过台湾，大家要记得，这是一个非常重要的历史时刻，所以大家一定要相信民进党，一定要相信民进党。那我跟大家聊了一下民进党它虽然只有39年，但是你要知道，在国民政府迁台的时候，那个政治的氛围跟压力是很大的，而且非常的严峻，跟禁止一切除了原本的国民政府以外的政治活动去发生，所以才会有很多的状况是很多人被判刑坐牢，一直到有228事件、美丽岛事件，都是曾经的国民党政府所犯下的一些很不可思议、很 crucial 残忍的错误哦。那民进党是在接近国民党时期两蒋时代的后期，所以那个时候两蒋时代已经快结束了，所以那时候才会有机会去有一个新的党出来。前面是因为被耽搁，所以我们台湾无法有一个新的党。那好在国民党两蒋时代的后期，民进党的出现， 让台湾有另外一个新的声音，而且非常重要。我提到了台湾不但民进党不但有所谓很重要的进步主义，然后还有自由主义，绿色执政，还有所谓的抗共产，然后还有民族主义，还有就是国家主义民族主义这样子。所以民进党其实它包含了很多很重要的意念跟意识形态在里面，它不是这么老旧的国民党，是产生在当年在大陆世界大战期间非常混乱时代下的东西，而且他们还被中国共产党积极败退到这么小的一个岛上。其实对中国人来说，他们不需要中国国民党这个党去就是统治他们。就是其实你们也知道，中国后来选择中国共产党的理由，是因为他们不乐意接受蒋中正跟孙中山先生所领导下的国民党，所以国民党其实是被厌弃到退到这个小岛上的。然后经过时间的推演，那不管是政府的打压、压制，还有他们的残杀和就是让很多人入狱。那到了后期，人民终于可以喘一口气了，于是民进党的诞生就出现。虽然晚了一点，但起码赶上了民主的列车。就是李前总统这个民主先生，他发表了让全国总统直选，于是我们才会有民进党来执政的机会。那我们要好好珍惜。那不是我在说的，我下次再把资料整理一下。蔡英文总统时期，我们的总统得过奖，好吗？我们总统得过奖，赖清德总统也得过奖。然后，而且当时的川普总统还曾经来过台湾来看蔡英文总统，所以那时候台湾的表现是非常好的，大家有目共睹，要记得这样子。希望大家珍惜民进党。那在这边再特别呼吁，国民党可以回立院，希望你们可以保持平和的态度，继续做你们应该要做的事情，而不是一意孤行做你们想做的事情，而是台湾民众希望你们做的事情。然后希望你们不要再去破坏执政党在推动执政方策的任何的一个很重要关键点。那因为执政党仍然握有很高的民意，那这些都是台湾人民票选出来的。执政党需要空间、时间，还有他们的精神去完成他们在政策上面允诺的一切，所以这非常非常的重要。希望国民党可以好好的去反复的思索这件事情。那罢免让你们可以通过，是因为你们有大声的呼喊喊救命，然后也很嘶声力竭。那像我们就看得很于心不忍，于是才来帮助你们。那帮助你们不是真的是支持你们，而是希望你们在回立院之后能好好的跟执政党配合，重新来过，让你们有这个机会可以自新，可以自我更新这样子。希望你们可以好好的配合执政党。那希望在接下来的3年，执政党可以顺利的过关。那明年的2026年，希望大家可以让执政党可以得到一个很好的成绩。罢免我们让步了，因为我们于心不忍。希望立委回立院可以好好的做事，不要让执政党操心。那既然我们让步了，消耗了太多的民间的力量，很多人都因为国民党的抗恶霸累到一个不行。那2026我们就让 让选票来让执政党再度可以为我们多做一些什么。那罢免过去了，让它就过去了。那希望2026我们可以赢回来一些重要的支持的声音。那就是我今天想跟大家分享的。要记得哦，像那个公投的事情，我上次的影片已经讲过，我用英文讲，希望你们听得懂啦，好不好？希望你们听得懂。在台湾听懂英文很重要哦，如果听不懂，要记得去问别人。那台湾是一个国际的国家，那我们很重视的是我们的国际外交啊，我们在国际上的立足的地位，这样子，这是非常重要的一件事情。那希望大家可以理解。那公投我不讲，是因为我有说过核能发电厂是怎么一回事，而且美国之所以还能用核能发电，是因为他们有联邦政府的严格管辖，而且他们的核能发电厂有好几代，而且有不同的机种，所以跟台湾的情况是不一样的。台湾不能选美国，是因为我们没有美国那样子的状况，跟我们没有美国的状况。你看日本就没有核能，而且日本是地震带的国家，他们就不用核能。德国已经在2022年宣布全面退核，了。所以台湾应该要好好思考，我们到底真正要去做的是什么，而不是听国民党一直说喊民生。其实有那么夸张吗？这些产业没有电，只是一段时间而已。我们总是会把新能源引进来。我们的政府会把政策去把它导向，让我们的国家产业能够持续的去发展。这只是一段时间而已，这应该是啦。我保守的现在这边讲。所以我为什么不讲公投？我是因为要尊重国民党像踢笑一样的去嘶声力竭的去嘶吼太多的事情，我才不好意思戳破他们的话。我在这边因为罢免公投已经结束了，尊重他们，是我尊重他们让了一步。我特别在这里跟大家讲，公投这次的核能研议公投不是全民就可以决定的，你们要了解很多状况，台湾核电厂的状况，还有我们是否有能力去监督核电厂的安全，核废料的处理该怎么办，还有很多的状况跟问题。那我们正在引进新的方式去 push 我们的发电量足够，那我们已经在步步求进步了，所以希望大家可以配合，就是我们的专家人员，我们台湾真正的专家人员、科学家们，他们的努力跟他们的心血，而不是去觉得说是为了民生。国民党说为了民生，为了这些企业可以有电用，我觉得这是一个国民党需要票数，而且希望对抗民进党的一个手段。我觉得这是一个非常不 OK 的事情。像比如说像普发现金，民进党就有一直希望协调说能否不要普发现金，因为普发现金会把每人1万块，2300万人就有多少钱？这些经费原本是国家拿去做别的事情用的，结果居然拿来普发现金1万块。老实说，像我阿三就很需要钱，对我的生活我很需要存钱，但是我不欠这1万块。如果说因为国家的进展没有办法去完成很多项重点的任务的话，我宁愿不要这1万块，我不缺这1万块。所以国民党很多政策都有点荒腔走板啊，大家如果仔细看的话，而且中国方面他们希望跟聪明的领导人交流，习主席只希望可以就是跟真正有能力的国家做互动跟交流，他们不希望跟一个国势颓靡，然后又 没有什么作为的国家，因为台湾很小，台湾那么小，台湾真的很小中国就算把台湾吃下来，也只能填一填肚子的一小块部分。中国那么大一片，吃掉台湾只能吃一点点，又不饱。中国怎么可能会想要觉得说台湾很可口？这是不合理的，它不合理。所以中国看重的是台湾真的是非常有强盛、有成绩、有那个力量、有愿景、有进步我们台湾是一个繁荣的国家，那习主席很乐意跟我们有对话跟交谈。中国是没有说一定偏向哪一个党，只是因为历史渊源的关系，他们跟国民党比较有话聊，而且他们要办所谓国民党与中国共产党之间的交流跟交谈也比较容易，只是这样。但是如果说民进党一直在领导台湾走向一个更进步的路，最后台湾的进步是因为民进党的努力的关系的话，那中国在对台湾的方面都会多少会跟民进党有一些对流跟交谈这是我所推敲出来的。像我就很喜欢中国所以我所知道的中国只跟大国交谈。你知道习主席他其实不是很喜欢管台湾的事情，俄罗斯、东亚、东南亚，像一带一路经过的国家都是中国习主席非常在意的国家，他要忙这些都忙不完了，他不会特别去处心积虑的想台湾的事情。习主席是不会，他不可能。所以大家不要想说习主席很在意台湾要自力更生，我们要自己强壮起来才会被看见。所以希望大家可以好好思考这件事情。那我们今天就先讲到这边咯不好意思，那明后天还有机会我们就再继续聊天。那今天很高兴希望大家可以听完英文跟中文的讲解之后有更多的理解跟启发所以希望大家可以好好去思考这部分非常重要的事情。那中国是中国国民党已经有很多事情是做不到的了，那民进党正在进步跟起飞，有很多事情像科技方面的事情比如说像张忠谋先生他的自传的发表会，还请了蔡英文总统去致辞和演讲你看张忠谋先生其实还蛮看重蔡英文总统的，所以蔡英文总统时期做了很多了不起的事情，所以你们一定要相信民进党不但是川普总统有来过，我们的护国神山张忠谋先生也特别邀请了蔡总统，好吗？而且蔡总统有在世界得过奖，领袖奖我还记得，非常重要。希望大家可以好好的去思考这件事情。那我们下次再见喽，拜拜。